Yeah, that one just didn't bounce quite as much as he was expecting, but again, just a little bit of seam move. How does Winbiz see it? 69%. Pakistan, big favourites.
Clearly, you and Winbiz don't get along.
Well, we won't find out. We'll soon find out, sorry. Won't take long.
For Pakistan to stay in this series, they have to win this one. They bowled well. Time for batters to stand up and show how good they are. That's a line that is not almost a replay. Every time if it's tie pad, goes to point. If it's tie pad goes against you, this is what happens. A happy lose delivery. Imam ul Haq goes for one. Pakistan 1 for 1.
Here we go then, the Pakistan captain in early yet again. Babar Azam. Second ball duck down at Cardiff, but he is a fantastic player. Well, Ben Stokes doesn't change the field, just two slips, ring on the offside, mid on, square leg, third man and final leg, the 2 men out.
yesterday, bowlers were bowling 9. If they're in the that kind of pace, a lot of the times you tend to play at it.
Here in county cricket. All of a sudden, that ball looked like it was just going to go in towards the pads, and it decked down the slope a long way.
And that's what happens when you have slightly lesser pace. The pronounced seam helps it move a lot more. This one, again, as a batter, it's too good a ball for you to get up. It's going to miss you every time. But as a batter, you shouldn't allow it to rattle you. Move on, next ball, have a smile, just like it is, and keep going on.
Problem is, the slower pace makes you end up playing at more deliveries. 80 miles per hour, 78, 79 so far from Gregory.
Every championship batter has to go through this, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly this. 3 slips now. One thing made for Somerset, Babarazam obviously is an overseas player. An excellent time of it down at Taunton in T20 cricket. Again, good length. Babarazam is off the mark there. Just the 2 slips now for Fuck as a man. Good from Gregory again. And Ben Stokes has spoken about being at the stumps as much as you possibly can. Make the batsman play with these new balls. Overdone, 5 for 1. Nasser.
Yeah, Babarazam's a fabulous player, but he has one area that he is a little bit vulnerable. He gets squared up on front and back foot. This was his first delivery. It was an absolute jaffa. Keeper going down the leg side. Does a lot, but look how much of his right hip and his right side you can see there. It's been a problem for him in test match cricket where that right side comes across and he starts playing across the line of the ball. Stuart Broad did him a couple of times with a ball that just straightens. Watch the right hip and the right leg come round, and he gets squared up a lot in front. And if you do that, then you can't follow it with your hands. This was Cardiff. He starts to square up, and then he follows the ball with his hands. And you can see later he tries to keep his hands tight and close to him, but it's too late. Withdraws his hands. It's an area that they can definitely target him, get it moving away. He gets squared up on front foot and back foot.
Yeah, there we go.
As a right-hander, the longer you don't allow your right shoulder to come across, the better chances of you staying side on. One of the reasons why he's done that is he's standing on the off stump, if you see, at least in the test matches that he's played. So anything in his eye line, he's always going to open up because he feels it's going to come into him. Here you can definitely see he's standing on the leg stump, and with his initial trigger he comes on to the middle stump, but he's still not as open as he was in Cardiff. One of the main things that he's done well here is just taking a different guard for a start, which in turn is allowing him to see the ball where it is exactly. I don't think there's anything big technically there. It's just a small change in his guard which will help him. Here he's standing on middle stump. In the test matches, you could see when he shuffled across, you could literally see his legs down, which basically means he's come too far across, and hence when the ball is into you, you always feel you got to play at it.
What about my mate Nasser there saying, I do a bit of coaching and you have a good cricket brain? Surely what he was implying. What about my mate Nasser there saying, I do a bit of coaching. It's not a great delivery. It got exactly what it deserved.
Saqib Mahmood every now and then is going to share in this area, slightly fuller, which is not a bad thing. But to a good batsman like Babar, always going to the boundary. If Pakistan want to have a chance in this game, the one man that needs to be there for a long time is Babar Azam.
The other thing, playing on a slope, often, if you're a bowler who doesn't play on a slope, then it can at times take you a while just to get used to the line that you need to bowl. I've seen so many bowlers down at Canterbury, which is very similar to Lords. They end up just getting too straight and they end up drifting it onto a batsman's pads.
इसको स्टेबलाइजर कैसे लगाएंगे?
You've got the slope coming back into Babar Azam at the moment, then you just got to be just outside off stump. Then it becomes a tough lead. Perfect. Just on that sort of line. One to come back, and you do him on the inside, chance of a chop on or bowled. One to go up the slope, you got the nick. Viewers on main event, we're going to have rugby for you. The Sharks versus the British and Irish Lions. If you want the cricket, go to the Sky Sports Cricket channel.
Yep. This is exactly what Nasser was speaking about. Opening up. The ball is on the fifth stump. He's opened up here. This is definitely an issue that he needs to be very wary about. And you could see where he's playing the ball. Literally, his hands are so far away from his body. The ball does a little bit, whether it comes in or goes out, he's always going to find it hard.
Little bit of aggression. That's not a bad plan. You know where Gregory's going to try and land the ball. There you go. This was a good battle. Gregory's first over to Babar Azam. A couple just to move both ways, and the length that he bowls to someone who's not a massive person to get a big stride in, that can become tough against the new ball.